Well, hello, and welcome back to the Builder Dad Shop. I am Builder Dad Dan, and today we're going to be learning something about SketchUp. All right, today's video we're going to be using the free version of SketchUp, and we're just going to go over a basic overview of some of the tools. I recently did a video where I created a 3D dog, or a dog. I created a bench dog for 3D printing, and I did that in the pro version. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat those same steps, but I'm going to do it in the free version here, because in this I can't use my 3D Connect Space Mouse, and I can't do some of the quick orbiting that I normally do. So we're going to have some fun and go back in time a little bit to the days of not having SketchUp Pro and go ahead and model this up for you. So the first thing you want to know is the basic understanding of some of the tools that we're going to use. In this, there's the selection tool. This is a spacebar command on the keyboard. The line tool, that's an L on the keyboard. You've also got inside this tool, you've got arcs and things like that. We're not going to use those today, but you've got circles. That's a C on the keyboard. So you've got those, and then we're also going to be looking at the rotate or the orbit command, and then we're also going to be looking at the, not the zooms. Oh, we might have to use those too, but there's going to be some zoom commands in here as well. We're going to use those, and then we're going to be using the move as well, and then possibly rotate. But let's see how this is going to go and go from here. So I'm going to select up here. I'm just going to select my standard. The first thing I'm going to do is this little object lays out what a person's size would be in comparison to the object. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select that and click delete. So that's just a delete on my keyboard. And there we go. So let's get moving into this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click the, not the move tool. I want to click the orbit tool. Normally this would have been the, that's just going to orbit me around. I want to zoom in. That's a side to side. That's the hand tool in the previous. And so if I click on this right here, that was an H that got me there. So orbit should be O. H should be move. And then my zoom right here, should be able to click that and zoom in. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to come up into these tool sections. We're going to hit C for circle, and we're going to go ahead and create a circle. We're going to do a diameter of, or a radius of 3/8. That gives us a 3/4 inch dog. I'll do 3/8 radius. You can see the radius in the bottom right hand corner. Hit enter. Oh, there it is. Got two of them. I'm gonna hit the space bar there. I'm gonna go ahead and delete one of them. I'm gonna go to the hand tool so I can move up a little bit. I'm gonna scroll in there. I'm gonna hit the E tool for eraser, and I'm gonna delete that other one. So there we go. Sorry about that. Hand tool, again, H to get to that. And so I'm just shortcutting these tools on the left-hand bar here. It takes me a second to get back into not using my mouse that I normally just use to rotate all around this thing. So if I hit O for orbit, I can kind of shift this around. So in the last video, I could click this and it would give me information about the object. So now I'm in the free web version. And so let's see, info object. Here we go. We've got the segments available to us. So we're going to go ahead and click this, and we're going to up these segments. I think I could do 86 segments on a 3/4 inch. Let's just double check that and make sure I couldn't do 88. Oh, I could do 88. Was it 96? Let's see if 97 works. 97 works. Oh. This will let me do 100 segments. All right, well, it's going to let me do a lot of segments in here. I'm going to stop shy there at 100. I don't need to do, or sorry. Oh. It will let me type them in, but it'll only take up to 86. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Just 89. Let's see what that does. Yep, 86 was the max. All right, there we go. 86 right there. Okay, so now we've got that. We are going to want to expand on this. So let's see what tools they have to offer us. They've got the union. They've got the outer shell. Okay, so they've got those tools. Cool. All right, they've got follow me. Sweet. They've got push pull. All right, and then here's the offset. Okay, so we made a 3/4 inch circle, and I'm going to go ahead and expand this. And I'm going to add a 0.5 diameter to this, so 1/2 inch. And there we go. We've got a pretty big circle there now. So I'm going to go back to the hand tool, and I'm going to use my wheel on my mouse to scroll in and out a little bit. The wheel on my mouse lets me do that. Or we could have gone to the zoom tool over here, use the zoom out to get to that. We've got this orbited, and now we're going to go here and we're going to come over and look at the different tool sets they have here. We've got the push pull. This is a P on our keyboard. We're going to go ahead and make this 1 inch up, and then this one here, we're going to go ahead and click that face there, and we're going to bring this up 1/4 inch. Okay, so if I go ahead and hand tool this, I'm gonna back out a little bit with my mouse there and walk over this. If I hit O to orbit around this, so H was hand tool, O was orbit, you can see here I've got this object is open down here, and that's just because of the way I push pulled and built that offset to it. So what I can do now is I can hit the L for the line tool and come across here, close that up. And then if I want to get rid of this excess geometry, I could hit E for erase tool, and I can go kill those extra lines. Those lines are all gone. I'm going to hit O for orbit. I'm going to rotate this up a little bit. And then the one thing I see is there's extra geometry in there. And so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can go to views. So give me a second to figure this out. Okay. So we are back to this, and we are looking for, we're going to use the hand tool to slide down here. We're looking for an X-ray mode view. And so if we come up here and we go to styles, not style, yeah, styles. We can go to styles, and we can search, and we can find in the styles, we can find default styles, and here, X-ray mode. So now if we use this, we can look for hidden geometry in here, which this one does not have. And there we go. We've got that. So we're going to go, instead of the architecture mode, we're going to go to this other right here. And it's going to be shaded with textures. So we can slide that back on over there. We're going to go to the orbit tool so we can look at this up real quick. And what we're going to do here is we're going to come back here, and on the last one, we cut out this edge to make this flat. So we're going to do the same thing here just to show the difference. So again, we're going to go back here to the line tool, and we're going to come up here, and we're going to go 3/8 on that line. There's our 3/8 mark. And we're going to drag this over here on the green axis. I'll stay on the green axis there. That'd be the left hand keyboard, or the left command on the keyboard, on the arrow key for the keyboard. And then we're going to do the same thing over here, left again, and it's going to hold that straight. And now if we come and look at this, we should be able to click on this. Oh, it doesn't pierce the face. See how that has the full face selected? Well, that's a problem. Now, why is that? So we're going to go back to our line tool here, and let's go ahead and draw that over this way. And let's see. There we go. Now we've got the face. All right, so we're going to zoom out a little bit here. We're going to go ahead and hit the push-pull tool. That's this one over here. P pulls that up, and now we've got that selected. And we're going to off the face. And if we look at this, it still shows it. So let's orbit up here. So even though I set it flush with, it didn't want to delete it, so I can hit E for eraser, and I can click the outside line out there on that circle, and it's going to take that away. And then if I click these, whoops, oh, that didn't like that. It's because this is now part of the circle. And so we're going to have to leave those lines in there. But that is okay. So let's orbit that up. And there we go. We've got that all designed up. We've got a dog with 3/4 on it. Going to do the eraser tool just to get rid of that line right there. And we're going to go to the orbit tool, and there we go. If we scroll back out, we've got that. So now we've gone ahead and designed this in our free version of SketchUp. So this kind of mimics the other one. Again, we were using the eraser tool. That was an E on the keyboard. We were using the line tool. That's an L on the keyboard. We also used the circle tool. That was a C. And then as part of that, we used the push-pull, which was a P. And we also used the offset tool. And that was just finding it and clicking on it. From there, we also examined the internal portions of this. Let's hit spacebar. And that takes us back to our selection tool up here. And if we come, oh, sorry to yawn. If we come down here, we also looked at the styles, and we chose the X-ray under default styles. We chose the X-ray setting to inspect the object on the internal sections. And then we came back here and selected the shade with textures. So there we go. That was designing in the free version of SketchUp. The same thing we did in the pro version. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the likeness between pro and free.